Hello, my name's Anthony and I'd like to give you just a quick overview of our camper van and thank you for renting it. I'd like to start with the keys first. On the key fob here you'll see you're rented through whatever app. This one's particularly Share a Camper. It'll have their number and the roadside assist number. If you ring that and give them the number plate, they will sort it out. On this side you've got mine and Karen's cell phone numbers and our home phone numbers. That will normally be the first people to call if there's any sort of issue at all, and we'll help you sort it out, and often we can. So this is the ignition key. You turn that on. If it happens to be cold, you might leave that for a wee moment until some lights start coming off and then just start it. You'll find it'll start no problem at all. If, for instance, a orange light comes up on the dashboard, that's not usually urgent. If it's a water level light or something like that, it may pay to have a wee look at their water level, but otherwise it's something to do at the next service. But we would like you to message us and just let us know if an orange light's come up. A lot of people drive with the headlights on during the day. It's important to realise that that alarm won't come on if you exit through the cabin door. So some people will stop, have a cup of tea, go for a nice walk and come back to a flat battery. You must remember to turn that off, especially if you're exiting through the other door there. It's an automatic, it's pretty easy to drive. The radio, you can Bluetooth your music and phone to it, or you can plug it in for your maps and other bits and pieces. Down under the footwell there for the passengers, the toolbox with the jack and things like that if required. If it comes to a situation where you need to change a tyre, I would call roadside assist. We do have a couple of copies of frequently asked questions and just things to take note of. Please read them, they will save some hassles. So we'll just go around the vehicle here. Here's the gas bottle, which is full on when you pick it up. It just hooks up there if required. Best practice in New Zealand is to drive with the gas off, and you can just turn it on and off there. And this key here just turns this to the to open it and lock it. Another wee key here, the one with no writing on it, sorry, the one with writing on it opens all the locks apart from the toilet. And here we have the power, so you just plug that in if you happen to be at a campsite. Here's the wastewater. There's hoses in the cabin there that I'll show you. So you just plug your hose onto that, turn the tap on and run it down the drain. So the key, the little key with no number on it, this works for the toilet. So there's nothing written on it, this works for the toilet. So to take the toilet out, you just pull this out, it's on wheels, and you can just pull that out and wheel it to the pump station. You will need to take care that this dial here is parallel to the toilet. If this is open and you push it in there, it can jam up. So that just needs to be closed when you put it in. There's a wee tab there to lift to take the toilet out. This here's the flusher. So water in there appears to be full when you take it off, but that's because it goes through a gooseneck. The way to tell whether it's full or not is this wee hose sense sighter here. That'll let you know where the water level is. It'll be full when you pick it up. At the moment I can see it's there. But if the toilet stops flushing, this will be why. That's out of water. It doesn't usually happen. It pays to make sure that the children aren't over flushing it. So we don't need to worry about that there. It doesn't really go to anything. If we come around the back here, one problem with this particular model of camper van is that it can lock itself. So even when you're getting fuel, you might have the keys inside and it'll lock itself. in a situation like that, we do have a little lock box there with a spare key in it, and the number for the lock box is the numerical number of the number plate, so it'll be 6528, F being number 6 in the alphabet, I think. So the lock box is just down here. You'll just have to set that at 6528, but then to get it open you'll want to pull the barbecue out and open it to get the key out. The barbecue's here. There are instructions here for the barbecue. You just turn on the gas here, turn this on, and you put your wee sparker in the hole here at the side. There's a sparker in the kitchen there, and you just put that in and click it. Try to sort of click it as you're turning the gas on, but there's instructions there, and we'd appreciate it if you could clean the barbecue before returning the kettle. And to close it, you just push these in, press the two buttons shut. So here we have the water. Once again, it'll be the wee key with the numbers on it, and you just fill that up and until water starts coming out of the side there. So be careful not to fill it up with a hose that's designed to actually clean the toilets out. Just fresh potable water in there, please. So just one further thing, in here is where we fill up with diesel. You don't put any additives in it, just diesel, and this is the bonnet catch, and there's the fuses. You shouldn't require to get it, you shouldn't need to get into the bonnet or the fuses, but that's where they are. There's a couple of books here. This one will show you where dump stations are and places you can freedom park and things, which can be handy. You can't really stay at the NCA parks if you're not an actual current member. And here's some other bits and pieces that'll show you how to work various bits around the camper van if you require them. So if we just pop inside here, there's a wee latch here for a fly door. This here's the button that we use to lock it, and this here's the key that we usually use to lock it when you go in and out of the vehicle. There's a wee bit of damage there which is noted. So if you come in, so up here's the larger bed. You can often store a wee bit of luggage and bits and pieces up there, and you can lift this and pop those wee rings on there, but it's probably better to let it down as you're driving, and it's quieter to let it down as you're driving. In here we have toilet paper and additive to the toilet, and a couple of bins there for your rubbish. You'll be able to have a look through the drawers and see what's there. And here we have our poles for the table. So we just pop the poles in, and the tables live around here. So you've got a couple of tables. You can have a smaller one or a larger one. I'll just let you pop around there and have a look at the tables there. Now to set these beds up, you pull this section up and drop that down there, and then you just lift this little peg in here and you pull this out and drop that down, and that makes, you do the same on that side, and that makes quite a nice bedding area here. There is a safe down there. There will also be a few tools and bits and pieces, and just some levelling chocks if you need them, that you can put under the rear wheels or the front wheels, depending on whether you need to level them or not. The seat belts are here. So with the gas hob, you do need the gas on, and for the clicker to work you also need the fridge on. So just put the fridge on, and then you can see the sparker, and then you just hold this down for a moment and then release it once it's going. It won't go while the gas is off, of course, so if there's a problem there you need to turn the gas on. Just let it cool down a wee bit before we turn the lid on. For the pump to work, we need to turn the pump on, which is here, and that'll give us hot and cold water at the tap here. To have hot water you do need the gas on, and you may find, depending on the level of the vehicle, the drainage might be a wee bit slow. That's why we've got a plunger here, so you can just give it one plunge and that'll set it going. So that's the pump we can hear there now. Now for hot water we need to switch this switch here on, and you'll actually hear it sort of fire up, and it'll take 20 or so minutes to heat up the water. You can't really drive with that water heater on because you should have the gas off, so it's something to be aware of to turn it on when you park up. And here we have a heater, also the gas will need to be on, and you can just turn that on and dial up a temperature here. The main thing when the heater's on is, in actual fact on this particular one, you need the TV on to set the heater up. So the TV needs to be on for the heater to go. They're on the same wiring circuit. Down here we've got lights and the range hood. Just the wee buttons here for the range hood. And these are quite good wee down lights here for when you're cooking and things. And here we have the fridge. It's a very good fridge. You can actually turn it off at night if you're freedom camping, and it'll keep things cool until the morning. It's just got a wee freezer area here, and it works very well. The motor for the fridge is actually under the vehicle.